Hi, I'm Lucas Brundra and I'm here with Mrs. Ferridan Latch to give you an overview of the MFL course.
Hi, so the MFL course, whether it's French, German or Spanish, the topics are different and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but the exams are the same, so I thought I'd give you an overview. All the exams are at the end of year 13. There's 3 exams. Paper 1 is comprehension and translation and summarising a text or a passage that you hear. That's 50% of the grade. For that paper, what I really like is the fact that you can control the listening. So it's not like GCSE where you hear it twice and it's gone forever. You can control, you can go back, you can check. So you've got a little bit more independence on that one. Paper 2 is the writing paper. That's worth 20% of the grade, and it's based on a piece of literature that you've studied in your language and a film. So it's 2 essays. They're pretty short compared to other subjects as well, and it's really good because it gives you a bit of a scope of the study as well. And the last one is the speaking exam, which is 2 parts, and that's 20% of the grades. The first part is a discussion on a topic based on a card, a text that you prepare in advance. That's about 5 minutes. And then the second part, which I find the most interesting, is a mini EPQ. So we call it Individual Research Project. And you can research any topic that interests you in the language, culture and history, anything that you're interested in. And it's using the same kind of skills as the EPQ. So it's a really, really good exam. And again, you're choosing your topic, you're in charge, and we're just having a nice conversation with you about it.
All right, thank you. Hi, my name's Lucas and I'm here with Mrs. Ferridan Latch to give you an overview of French A-level. So to start off, can you just give us a brief overview of the course as a whole?
Okay, so the course is very varied. There's all sorts of topics. Some are a bit like GCSE topics that we've seen already, like family and technology and music, but we're going into more depth about trends. So we look at trends of the change in family, the increase in divorces and the impact that has on children, for example. That's one of the topics in year 12. And then we look at things like volunteering, heritage as well. So we looked at how to protect cultural and historical heritage around the French-speaking world. And then in year 13, we go on to topics a bit more like immigration and politics. We talk about demonstrations in France as well and the importance of unions, because that's a big cultural topic as well. And alongside the topics, we also study a book and a film. So the film usually is studied in year 12, and it's Au revoir les enfants, which is based on the story of 2 young boys in the Second World War. So we're looking at his historical background as well. And for the book, I've done a book about the Second World War as well, which I really love, and another book that's more current called Noé-moi, which is about homelessness and a young girl who meets a homeless person and becomes friends and all the challenges that comes with it. And that links also with one of the topics that we do in school, because we look at marginalised people and how we can support them.
And out of all of that, which is your favourite part to teach?
Oh, that's really hard. That's really hard. I love the heritage bit. I think it's just, I could spend the whole year talking about heritage and all that. I do like teaching the literature aspect of that. That's also a really, really interesting topic. I just like the fact that there's a really big difference in all the topics. They link into other subjects as well that students are doing, like a lot of sociology is included in that, history. There's a lot of other subjects coming into French, and I really like that.
And why do you think students should take A-level French?
I think it just gives you another view on the world as well. So you look at problems. Maybe if you do sociology, you look at crime or you look at trends in society, but you see it from a different point of view, different fresh pair of eyes as well. It really prepares for different points of view and discussion on wider things like politics. 18-year-olds are not always interested in politics, so we bring that in and discuss the trends at the moment with the far rights rising, etc.
And in terms of the gap between GCSE to A-level, how does that differ?
There is a gap, obviously, but I think that's the same for all A-levels. but we do at the start of year 12, and a group is smaller as well, so that makes a big difference. As a teacher, we have more individual time for each student, and we can adapt to what's needed, but we go back to a lot of grammar revision at the start, and then it just feeds into the topics really well.
And what have students gone on to do after doing the course?
So we've had students go and do a pure language degree, whether it's French with another language as well. So one of our ex-students from last year is doing French and Spanish at Lancaster. But all sorts of topics, because it's those soft skills that you develop with the speaking aspects, the looking at different cultures, and so you can go and do anything you want. You can do an English degree, you can go and do engineering, you can do law. We've had students in the past doing law with also French law as part of their degrees. So with an A-level in French, you can do anything.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.